Hey guys, welcome to part 4 of our ONDC negotiation engine. Now, as I said in last video, we added a who field, that is whenever a proposal gets submitted, who submitted the proposal? Was it a seller or a buyer? And we did the same thing with string schema, and that enables all these things to be have a history of who did what. All right. And next up, and over here we added a turn field, which is a enum type object. It can have only seller or buyer option in it, but seller or buyer value in it. And with that, at the time, seller can't submit two proposals continuously. It is gonna have to be seller buyer seller buyer. That is a constant back and forth of negotiation. All right, that now that we have completed our model, let's hop on to server. And we what we want to do over here is add our MongoDB connection, and at the same time fill out all the routes. Let's go to our routes folder. Let's save this and visit our routes folder. Also, let's turn off the server for now. Save a bit of energy because we are not gonna need the server for a bit. Now over here, what we are doing is exporting our route, just the post route. And over here we want to declare all our routes, right? So we don't want to make this folder bloated. So what we are gonna do is go to backend folder and create controllers folder over here. And in controllers folder, we want to add the negotiation controller. Negotiation controller.js. Over here in negotiation controller, we are going to declare our all the functions that needs to be executed whenever we do any post, get, patch or delete option method. So basically what we're gonna do is over here we make the model, we fetch the model, that is negotiation equals to require. Where do we fetch this model from? Outside this folders, we go in model slash negotiation model. Now this makes sure that we ensure this makes sure that we implement the model properly. Next up, we are gonna also import mongoose. Mongoose is the library that's required to that's which is we are gonna use for interacting with our MongoDB database. Now over here we're gonna do all these things. Let's control copy this. Not the router thing. We aren't gonna make any router object over here. What we are gonna do is again, let's keep this console.log as it is. Let me just take this line below, remove this, and we are going to declare a function over here, that is create negotiation. Now what this function is going to do is, also this is asynchronous type operation. This function is going to take request and response as its parameters, and in the function what we are going to do is, for now we need to add our actual logic over here, but before we do that, for now let's just do create a negotiation. So, alright, so once we have created this function, what we need to do is come down here and export this function. And the way we export things over here is module dot exports equals to, now simply what we can do is enter create negotiation over here. But the thing is, we are gonna have a list, an array of functions that we are gonna export. So we are gonna put this into a bracket, and we can keep adding what all other things we want to export. Alright, so next up we are gonna import this in our endpoints folder. Now similar how we are packing this export as an array. Similarly, we are gonna unpack it into an array of things, that is const create negotiation. We surround this into bracket equals to require. It's in a separate folder, so dot dot out, and in controllers folder it is negotiation controller. Correct. The JS gets configured automatically, and what we are going to do is go over here in route post, and instead of all these things, now we take all of this out and simply call the create negotiation object. Now, even now, if we start a server, all right, we have started a server, and if we send the same request, all right, my postman lagged. So postman does this sometimes. If you leave it open for a while, it hangs. So what you need to do is go down here and close window and restart the app. I don't know, it's my hardware issue or a software issue from Postman's side. But yeah, that's what it does basically. Alright, now that we have restarted our Postman application, let's close all these things. Alright, so now again, if we try to send a request from here, we aren't gonna send back any response, so this is not gonna load. But over here we can see create negotiation ran. So what happened basically was, in servers folder we sent the server to routes folder. In routes, the endpoints folder, we called, for post method we called create negotiation function, and then this create negotiation function ran, and it logged in our console create a negotiation. So now what we need to do is add our MongoDB authentication over here in server, and after that we can actually perform operations for create negotiation. All right. Thanks for watching, and I'll do this stuff in the next part.